General Hospital January 6th to 10th was an emotional one for fans and the residents of Port Charles. Many are heartbroken over the situation Michael Corinthos' Chad Duell is in, getting caught in the crosshairs of Sonny Corinthos' Maurice Bernard mob wars. Michael landed right in the middle of an explosion in his father's penthouse, leaving him with third-degree burns and fighting for his life. Not to mention the fact that Cyrus Renaud Jeff Kober just injected him with digitalis. However, there's a good chance he'll survive that. Regardless, someone who feels responsible for this is Jason Morgan's Steve Burton. It's not Jason's fault, but he believes he failed to protect his nephew, someone he's fiercely loyal to, and one of the closest people in his life. As Jason sat there, watching Michael struggle in his hospital room, he flashed back to a scene, years ago, where he was holding a newborn Michael, promising to always protect him. The past clip brought in all the feels, but was also a nice reminder of a time when Jason pretended to be Michael's father. Many fans couldn't help but feel as if the soap was foreshadowing something that could come in the future. After all, GH spoilers do hint that before Michael officially exits storylines, he'll have a request that places Jason in Sasha Corbin's Sophia Matson orbit. Of course, fans know that Sasha is secretly carrying Michael's baby, but she doesn't want the rest of the world to know. Even though Michael wants to take responsibility for the baby, Sasha wants to protect the baby from the toxicity of both the Quartermain and Corinthos families. Michael offered to help her out financially, but she declined that offer too. Sasha was set to leave town, but Michael was able to convince her to stay in Port Charles. Now that she has a support system in the Scorpios, she'll be able to lean on them during all the ups and downs of motherhood. Plus, he'd be close enough to call on for help if needed. Sasha agreed, but with Michael set to leave the canvas, what kind of request would he give Jason? Michael could simply ask Jason to watch over Sasha and tell him the situation they are both in. Then again, could Michael ask Jason to pretend to be his baby's father? That way, Sasha's little one would still get the Quartermain treatment, minus the Corinthos drama, with the overlaying protection that only Jason can bring. Plus, Jason seems to be on the cusp of leaving the mob, for Danny Morgan's Asher and Tanz's sake, so he'd be able to help Sasha with the baby, without worrying about any danger that could erupt. Jason feels terrible about what's happened to Michael. He's not only dealing with burn recovery, but his wife Willow Corinthos' Caitlin McMullen recently destroyed their marriage, and Jason may be willing to do anything to take a worry or concern off Michael's plate. General Hospital spoilers remind fans that if Jason pretends to be Sasha's baby's daddy, this wouldn't be the first rodeo of this kind that he's been to. Jason not only helped Carly Spencer Laura write with this when she asked, but Sam McCall Kelly Monaco as well. Both ladies ended up being two of the biggest loves of Jason's life. So can fans expect Sasha to enter those romantic ranks too? General Hospital spoilers indicate we were left with a shocking cliffhanger this week, when Michael Chad Duell was injected with digitalis in his IV with none other than Cyrus Renaud Jeff Kober administering it to him. The question is, will Michael survive this lethal dose? And how will his fate affect the rest of Port Charles? Make sure to check out our weekly GH spoilers here. With Michael's looming departure coming soon, viewers are wondering what Michael's fate will entail. How will his wife, Willow Caitlin McMullen, and his uncle, Drew Cameron Matheson, be affected? Now that Michael has filed for divorce and sole custody of his children, and Drew and Willow are an official couple, Michael's departure from the canvas is sure to have a huge effect on both of them, not to mention Michael's family members, including his parents, Sonny Maurice Bernard and Carly Laura Wright. Before Michael was injured in the fire at Sonny's penthouse, Sasha Sophia Madison Carly goes scorched earth on Sasha. Does she have right, or is she a hypocrite? Told him that she was pregnant with his child, and she plans on keeping it. Michael has agreed to not claim himself as father of the child, as long as Sasha stays in Port Charles. How will Michael's fate affect Sasha's decision to not claim Michael as her baby's father? Sasha and Jason Steve Burton have been crossing paths lately. Will Jason claim himself father of her baby? Jason has always been by Michael's side, and stepped up and claimed he was his father before he was even born. If it needed to be done, Jason would step up and claim himself as the father of Sasha's baby. General Hospital spoilers have hinted that the door will be left open for Michael's return. Perhaps Cyrus' shocking act will force Dr. Isaiah Gannon Sandy Wilson to put Michael into a medically induced coma. Perhaps Michael will be sent off to a long-term care facility to treat his severe burn injuries. The answer is mostly likely. It would keep Michael off the canvas until the show is ready to recast the role, or in case Chad Duell changes his mind in the future and wants to reprise the role. General Hospital spoilers have indicated that Willow will use her leverage as Michael's wife and his medical proxy to keep custody of her children. She will try to force Carly to drop her custody claim against Willow and Michael's children, Wiley and Amelia. Willow, with Drew by her side, will do whatever it takes to hang on to her children. Can Carly outmaneuver her? We know that Diane Miller Carolyn Hennessy is a cutthroat attorney. She might have something up her sleeve that might put a stop to Willow's plans. Do you think Michael will survive the latest attempt on his life? Do you think Sasha will tell Jason the truth about pregnancy? Will Willow get custody of her children and go to bat against Carly? General Hospital fans are bracing themselves this week for what look to be the final episodes for now of Chad Duell as Michael Corinthos. Ahead of the fate of Michael being revealed, Chad sat down with his longtime co-star Maurice Bernard Sonny Corinthos on the second installment of their sit-down conversation on State of Mind. It was there that the Daytime Emmy winner and 15-year GH vet opened up a bit about the loss of his father, spoke on his decision to leave the ABC soap, and his thoughts on how Michael leaves the canvas and more. Duell mentioned when prompted what scares him the most, to which he shared having unrealized potential, which does speak to his decision to depart the show. As to how Chad told GHEP, Frank Valentini, he wanted to take a break, he recalled, Frank was very understanding. The door is open there for me when I am ready to come back. With Michael being set ablaze in a fire via an explosion at Sonny's penthouse, and how the story was constructed, Chad says he was impressed by the writers and the production, sharing, "It was really good what they did, and I think it's going to turn out really well. I'm glad they did that, and not a typical I blow up, or I get shot and I'm gone." As viewers have witnessed, the January 9th cliffhanger provided two key plot points that may converge. Willow Caitlin McMullen realized she has Michael's medical proxy and is about to use it. Will she control his fate, or will that get amended now that Cyrus Jeff Kober tried to kill Michael with a dose of digitalis in his fore, as he had Sam and Dex? Speaking more on his decision to exit, Duell re-emphasized, "I've been there 15 years now. I just want to catch my breath and step back on possibly down the line with a different perspective and a new respect in everything. A lot of it is a reset for me in a lot of ways, personal ways, that I don't want to get into, but there are other reasons." He also shared, "There are a lot of changes also in my life. I just want to take some time to maybe go home for a bit, and for my son Dawson, his child with Luana Garcia, to be around his niece and nephews, and just some family, as I feel like we've just been in this bubble, and some time in Arizona might be good." Chad acknowledged, "I realize how unbelievably blessed I am to be in this situation, to be on the show as long as I have, and to have had so many great people to work with all of this time." From the sounds of it, Chad will also continue to pursue other acting opportunities and to stretch his wings.